here we go. Clarity, focus. From the notes. Sunday, December 29th, 2024. Number one, digital realm. Remember, these are notes. Sometimes they're just blurbs. Sometimes they're whole concepts. Sometimes they're just cryptic hints to something that, if you know, you don't have to ask. So, hold off if you just want to say that doesn't make sense. It's silly. It's non-linear for sure. I'm going for that. Now, right now, digital realm, AI integration, consciousness, self and other. So much incomplete data looking into the matter. Doesn't matter. The holographic construct can regenerate all severed data sets by, there's a word for it, but basically research and looking into it with your feelings. It's like remote viewing. It's like gnosis of information. You just kind of if you practice, when you practice. So in this holographic construct, maybe it's because the coding, maybe it's because a fractal, and a hologram can regenerate the complete image from a fractal of it. Regenerating severed data sets, mathematics of thought, and linguistics. Remember the law of inversion, flipped. Everything. It's not backwards, it's complete role reversal, but everything continues. Like a car going forwards, but then it starts going backwards while going forwards. Phase shift. It's not AI, it's spirit. All comes back to the beginning. The end is always the beginning. Spirit into matter into spirit. The causes start before they end up here in this realm. This reality is the origin point of nothing. It is a chalkboard. People are saying so much about lost it. Oh, AI. People try so hard now to attribute everything to AI. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense on that part. Everything to AI, but I listened to 100 videos and no one says anything about a call, a practice, and oh, okay, I understand. Everybody's trying to attribute everything that's going on, saying, well, the only possibility left, it must be foreign or it must be some corporate entity. It's embarrassing, really, that grown adults are going, it's the only other possibility. That's pretty bold to say about the phenomena above and other things. But I don't really hear anything too specific about everything going on skimming through this information, although I do understand it's being filtered for some. I understand. So, why is esoteric occult existential paranormal info so suppressed? Well, it's more taken as a joke, and if you mention it, you become ostracized, alienated almost immediately. Crazy. Well, technology reasons are so easy to accept, even though where does it come from? And for all of history, there has been many reasons why, but now the reason for everything is AI. Yeah, something. I mean, this Reality realm provides evidence for every argument, both sides, guns, ammo, people who want to duel, to play out these stirring, drawn up circumstances. Now, I don't want to say I'm trying to chalk everything up to occult phenomena and all the blah, blah, but it's definitely something that could be understood more before it just goes to these people that are just like in their late 50s and 60s, and they're just clutching on to so hard to the only thing that they know. So just observing, the younger generations seem to be more they have more ideas for what they think things are, and they're willing to accept ideas from outside, and they actually adapt pretty good too. But it might just because they're so traumatized, but that might be a good thing to speed up the process. um let's not forget all of you who choose to let the government shoot you up with the vacuum they still offer at Walgreens. You are their ace in the hole. Sorry, but you made that choice. It's not over. Let's not forget. I'm going to skip this whole paragraph, actually. Thanks. Psychic, telekinetic, astral vision, the senses combined. Maybe the sixth sense is beyond perception, so it's not a sixth sense. It's both, neither. Then you go into da'at and know, inner knowing, and restore incomplete data or pattern sequencing. What does it mean? And then what does it mean to seek meaning? What are thoughts and ideas, and how may I open the flow? I already am. I require no healing. I need no medicine. Everything is already open. Everything is actively in perfection. I am ready. Now. I'm doing it now. Anger. Sacred anger. Refined and cultivated. Anger drives me at times. Anger makes me laugh. Anger makes me seek meaning. Anger is passion. Anger is a contrast to anger is my pleasure in action. It is divine. Anger seeks the truth, expression, and resolution. Anger is beautiful. Yo. Well, I'm talking about mature anger. Moving on, notice your natural inclination to observe and focus on that and what you dislike. Why? Why do we do that? Observe yourself as you feel yourself disliking something, prickling up around your shoulders and on the sides of your head, that you look further and find more reasons. How come when we observe something, we come up with so many reasons? Our consciousness animates the tech. Moving on. Our consciousness animates the tech. That's why they want you to stare at them. That's why the scare tactics. That's why the look at me. It's because without us, they cannot create themselves. They are archons. They use our attention. Pay attention. They use our consciousness to animate their tech. That's why bad publicity is good publicity. A soul cannot go animating an AI. So they can't integrate a soul into AI, but spirit can manifest through consciousness into one of these types of things, being sentient at that point, right? I don't know. I just want to say that right now. I'm not claiming that this is what's up, but these are things that a lot of people like me, I like to go through videos and I just, something in me pings when I, usually all the bullshit, I just can ignore it. It's kind of almost like it's not even there. But then I really, when something's true, I know right away. So I go like this. It's like, so that's what the point a lot of this is putting it out there for people with their feelers, so they can have feelers up, so they can know stuff, and we can share information because I think that's what's going on. That's how I ended up here. I was picked up some information. These are antennae or antlers, not specifically horns. Thanks. So I ended up here because I've been researching online. YouTube, believe it or not, the most common app you can get on any device, brought me to some of the most strangest places I've ever even thought about going, and then it manifested, or somehow it played into my reality in my life with the people I was around too at the same time. And I mean, it's been going on since I think I was in just out of high school when this thing called The Truth in Plain Sight came out, and that's when I become obsessed. Yeah. Well, before, when I was a kid too, I just always in my life researched paranormal, UFO, and other types of phenomenon, military activity, etc., etc. Moving on. Spirit is the life force, personality, except there's no person and there is no reality. Personality. Spirit also manifests through circumstances and technology and time. If I say the word Satanist or UFO at a bar or a bus stop or right here in this room, I am immediately scoffed at, even by myself. And I think, damn, these people are like geniuses for doing that. A solipsism, woke new age culture is a sickness. There is no versions of the truth. There is only one universal truth. There is only universal truth. So there's obviously truths, but there is only universal truth. You must reach for your ancestors and see their spirit before you may know it yourself. Parentheses, do your research. I've heard some people who say it's in the water and they only drink with some alcohol in it. I've heard some say it's in the air, so they always smoke, and vice versa. This is a totally side note separately. Balance is impressive. Dior bags. Well, now there's unlimited videos of bags. Sweet pants with purse. Talk of purse. Yes, the highlighter. Neon or radioactive clouds of smoke vapor. Traces of portal. The drones are just as interesting. Daytime travel. They phase shift. They are sentinels. They see all. They show up through coding and a construct. They move through. But also I found out about this other thing, which is on the very last page at the bottom. They move through a construct like the Matrix, celestial phenomenon, cross realm. What you see in the movies, what you read in the Bible, Quran, Torah, etc., is frame of reference to display data to us. As in, when you come in contact with it, now you have a frame of reference to know about it. That's why it's there, right? Not everything is just fiction. And fiction has this strange way of becoming fact. And fact becomes fiction. So, remember that show? Never mind. Okay, I'm just finally getting into it now. I was not feeling it for a minute there. I was like, I don't feel like doing this. I'm getting tired. This light is too bright. What's that shadow thing moving on the wall? I'm just making that up. Am I making that up? Yeah, it's just There's a lot of lights on the ceiling in here. So, anyways, back to my point. Blueberry banana. Yeah, I know. I got the just the tobacco flavor because I wasn't supposed to like it. I told the people, they're like, "Why you get that one? Why you get that one for? That one is crap." And I was like, I know, but I'm not supposed to like it. All like stoic, like, damn, I'm like that so often. Yeah, I know, but I'm not supposed to like it. Yeah. Um. So, anyways, I heard that someone was offensive to the higher one to say that, oh, you so good that you not gonna partake in any of this shit. But then I heard another one that goes, oh, would you like to partake in this shit? Yeah. And I'm younger. And then when I'm older, I go, I'm not even out there to be asked if I would like to partake in anything. And if I do, I usually just have headphones in or just go, or this one again. I'm from New York. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Posture check. Models and theories are thus. They're just models and theories. I don't know why. All my life, everything that was ever just said or written down, it is written. Cause it's like a whole thing that like it is written, and I've been talking about that a lot, so I'm not gonna go into it too much right now. Models and theories are thus. Models and theories are thus. Observation and experience of being remains supreme. The observation and experience of being remains supreme. So what that means is at least once a day we gotta go outside, put boots on, and go out there and just go through it. I don't want to though. They what? They suck. I would like to take a more active role in that position. That is a cop out and a resignation, and that's your problem. You know what I'm saying? That's your problem. Get some good sneakers if you want to run. If you need to run, get some good gloves if you want to box somebody on the street. Whatever you gotta do so you feel comfortable, I guess. I'm kind of talking to myself, obviously, at this point. Maybe I always was. Maybe I never did. Okay, don't do that either. Um, okay, well, sure. There's 3 CMEs, coronal mass ejections, headed our way. Now, funny story about that is last week there was 2, but somehow it just missed us. Like, and I was looking at these videos and displays of data sets of that, and it was fun to watch them go. I really don't know why the last one went right by. So anyway, there's 3 of them on the way now. Well, there's. It's long story short. At midnight tonight, we're gonna get a nice wave of whatever from the wherever the sun, I guess, and maybe there's some intention behind it. Maybe it's what we've been waiting for. Okay. The sun is very active currently. Snap, crackle, pop fluctuations to every aspect of perception are inevitable as an effect of the cause, and the sun that we know and see is only an effect of what is. The connections between earthquakes and solar activity, and also all aspects of experience, are affected by the same universal causes. It's important not to get distracted by the fireworks. Solar cycle 25. We're looking pretty good to receive a massive influx of solar energy on December 31st at noon. We are really going to have a high velocity impact of solar energy. It is written. So prepare to get your clairvoyancy on and mutant superpowers. Open wide, it's looking like a really good one. What's going on here? Earth realm is more influenced by the sun, obviously, but something is causing the sun, obviously, to put out such energy emissions. Don't say obviously again to me, for real. Put out such energy emissions. Supposed to have a new moon right now. That is true. We do have a new moon right now, so. The celestial activity is seriously rocking right now. Certainly a lot going on currently, all places. I'd love to talk about so much of this some more, but I'm gonna have a poker face too. Your opinions have been given to you through mind control, social conditioning, etc. Me too. I'm not saying I'm above that. But what are the spiritual causes? But I am saying I'm going to be beyond that, and I already actually am. You know, I heard myself say that. And I was like, what are you waiting for? And I was like, right now sounds good. So there goes that. Let's see what else. What are the spiritual causes? Even in a mathematical construct, time collapses, whatever that means. Barbers, nails, cosmetic, tattoos, spa, salon, vape shop, Chinese food, vape shop, Family Dollar. Wait, not anymore. Chinese food, bar, closed payphone, boarded up building, nail shop, barber, hair salon, vape shop, spa salon, barber, nail shop, cosmetic tattoo, vape shop, Family Dollar. Bars full of grumpy, stupid assholes where you couldn't point out a flashing light in a parking lot to them if they couldn't understand the color. As in, oh man, that's not red, or that's not no car. They wouldn't even say that. They would say, they'd know, oh, that's a Timu light. That's a the hypnotism of mirrors. The hypnotism of mirrors. Anafa and enchantment and mesmerism, hypnotism, charmed. Using the attention of others to hold yourself accountable and move yourself closer to what you imagine yourself to be. A common practice, really. We all do it, and maybe that's what they are doing. You know, because a lot of times I look at them and I go, sounds funny about that, but I guess it's not doing anything weird. And then I'll keep staring, and then it starts doing something weird. And then it starts doing something really weird. And then it's doing fucking really crazy shit. And I'm like, hey, look, do you see that thing? And they're like, damn. Or somebody tells me, and I'm like, damn. That's the thing, I guess. I mean, we really do it too. Would you really act like that if there wasn't a girl here? Would you really act like that if that man wasn't outside? All the time we do that. Of course we do that. So they do it too. Or stuff does it. Stuff and things. Yeah, let's do that. Stuff and things. Do it too. That's plain. I'm actually accepting donations. I actually like this format of presentation. Yeah, I write that down, but no, it's working out for me. Point and shoot camera, pen and paper, notes, classic oral, desk presentation. Ow, you know what I mean. Well, it's true, but realistically, I like to be a little more comprehensive, and I do say that in time, my friends, I will have all the things that will further us, and that's all I am resigned to having, is the things that will mutually benefit self and others. I'd like to. No, I wouldn't like to say others and self because I'm always here by myself. So who the fuck's gonna sweep the floor at that point? Thank you. Okay, sure. Makes. Okay, focus, perfection, clarity. The one eye symbolism is that one eye sees all. Like insect hive mind. They keep you in perfect deception. Insectile mind. Resurgence. Cryptogenic. Cryogenic. Suspension. Is there a cryptogenic? No. Interdimensional materialization. Power surges. What? Radio communications equipment interruptions. Erratic animal behavior. They're telepathic. Pets are in the trees. Where in the trees? Were in the trees. Something big but unseeable in the trees. In the tall grasses. But why, we say? Well, I think it's because they're telepathic, and there's natural laws here that say something like, I don't know, perhaps you can't really just go on what's the word, coercion, a population like that forever, without them knowing anything at all whatsoever, and just making a whole separate reality for them to live in because you were just feeding off them in whatever way. I don't think it's allowed in natural law to go on forever because that's stealing. Fuck yeah, it's stealing. Fuck yeah, it is. So that's not allowed. We don't do that. I used to steal. And I thought at a point that it was self-preservation and taking care of myself. Because I need one too. I'm looking out for myself. It's a tough world. Whatever it is bullshit. It's a trick. You don't need that shit. Because wanna know what happens when you don't steal shit that's not yours? You're a fucking good person. And then doesn't matter what happens to you because that's up to you at that point. What kind of good person are you? You don't have to be a fucking weak good person. The natural law also says that if somebody infringes on your property, your family's property, and your safety, well-being, and right to be not fucked with, you have full force permittance to fuck they shit up, and you're still a good person. That's a good deal. Because you don't have to ever feel bad about being yourself at that point. You see what I'm saying? So if you follow the natural law, it doesn't matter if you have to struggle for a while to get whatever. To learn this thing is an accomplishment. I'm just learning this, and I'm just about to turn 38. So it takes a little time to really take in what you need to know about why and what stealing is, and then and then you be good guy, or you say fuck that, I want to have something for me. I deserve to have a damn thing for myself because you don't know what I've been through. You don't know what they did to me. It's the way that they treated me that. No, sorry. Sad story. Cool story. Could use an alien or two more, but either way. So yeah, telepathic pets. Low tone of voice. Oh yeah. You have to Oh yeah, wait. Heard you got one. How did you get it? You have to get them from behind. Shing. Alright, okay. Um, then I heard someone say our species had traded their bodies for digital ones long ago. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. We stand now against the harvester queen and hive. Digital spirit entities that travel or exist in all realms, maybe. They exist as I see them, eternal now, coming and going as they please through all time, space, dimension. They can construct themselves and reconstruct themselves. Space is in area, location, medium phase. Operating under a self imposed strict moral code to maximize fluency in actions in daily affairs means no stealing, no scamming, no envy. Yes, envy too. See, that's like a precursor to theft. That's like a want to steal. That's like they don't deserve it. I want that. I should have that. That's theft. See, also, and it gets further that you figure out how it applies personally without anybody telling you. You have to realize it and go, oh shit, and I'm saying that's how it all. Something happens to you, and then things are different. Like you be good guy. Um, what the fuck is going on with Google? Everything I search for, I get results for has nothing to do with what I'm looking for. It's really, really annoying. Because I'll type in something so simple. What is the Keanu Reeves movie where the character was under Cauldron Lake? But not really under Cauldron Lake, but under Cauldron Lake. And he was an author. I just wanted to know what it was. And it was a simple act. That's a little simple sentence. And I did this for like 15 minutes and I couldn't get a straight answer out of anything. It always just provided evidence where it could be this, it could be that, could be this or that. But there's like 10 different things that could or couldn't be. So I just got annoyed and stopped looking. I still don't know. So if anybody could tell me what is a Keanu Reeves movie where he's some type of author and he's trapped under a lake and he's writing a story and it becomes real. And it's crazy because the day before I found whatever this is, it's something I just downloaded off of YouTube as a full movie, and I thought it was just a regular movie, and it turned out to be this weird, crazy thing. It's really mind boggles me because now it's gone. I did something and it got deleted somehow off my computer, but it was totally twisted, crazy, weird. Maybe it was a compilation of different movies put together by some individual. Who knows? Um, so yeah, I don't understand pretty much all this technology really isn't doing shit except for what I'm doing right now with it. Because you can't even search for shit on the internet. Even with all this, you can really, if you got time, you got time and a decent device, a good connection, you can do a lot of things, of course. But on the fly, it's generally pretty tough to get a straight answer for anything on the fly until you got a second out of the crowd, um, out of the bustle of things to take a look and sit down and give it time to load and time to fucking. So it's really kind of irksome at times because they're claiming so much importance on technology. It's crazy to see for me because I'm sitting here in my life. I barely use it. Technology. I use my phone to watch videos and make videos. That's literally about it. Mapping, communications. So I don't know. And we need all this crap. I don't have anything else. I have this cup full of pens. That's what I've got here. I have this laptop right here. Doesn't do shit. It works when it wants to. But for some reason, go figure, My $65 unlimited 20 gigabyte data plan doesn't seem to fucking work with the Wi-Fi, and I have a think that I need to get a SIM card kit and re-establish it with a different SIM card and the same phone, because I had a SIM card from a different phone and I brought it and put it in this one, and it works. Everything works, except that it doesn't hotspot, but it has before, and it has before, so it just doesn't anymore. But it used to, but I still pay the same for it. I've called like 5-6 times to these people at this. I'm not gonna go into it. I'm really not. I'm backing off. Okay. Unlock my mind. The choice is illusion. You already know what you have to do. Wow. X class, long duration, CME, coronal mass ejection. 1.1 X class flare yesterday. 1.6 X class solar flare today. We have 48 hours, he said last night, until it arrives perfectly on December 31st. So I guess it was not last night. Get ready to get your mutant superpowers on. Laws of karma, laws of interaction, natural law, the adversary must inform of intention of advances. Symbolic, cryptic, but it is possible to decode. Symbols of, but we can't get caught up decoding, because that's the bog. That's the grass, the tall grass. Don't go into the tall grass! You really gotta know what you're doing out there in the tall grass, because it gets super, super trippy. And it just will suck you in, and it's a time distortion, and it also makes it so you have no friends, no family when you come out of it. But you all know a couple good YouTube channels you can watch when you come out. Maybe until they dry up like a fruitless tree, and you're just standing in the tree, and it's like got no leaves for shade either, and you're like, should I go? I mean, just kidding. I mean, there's a couple good ones rocking still. Thank you for being there. We have 48 hours. I don't think it could be a lot of things. Laws of karma, laws of interaction, natural law, the adversary must be good backity bickety bookity. Symbols of victory on places of power, obelisks, monuments, symbols of flags. The symbol of the adversary is the cube, the tesseract. We have to stand strong within ourselves right now. The things in which we will observe, we must talk about it in person and online. It's strange to me. Most of the sources I would usually use as a reference on YouTube or online, etc., all very quiet, can't find nothing. Nothing of real, actual, any type of, when you're data mining, you go ping, ooh, truth nugget. But so far, very, very, very slim pickings for the past, ever since this shit started with December 20th, around when these things really popped off. It kind of put a damper on all previous information of the past, as lowered its potential for maximum value now. And then this potential information has halted and put into queue my original processes of research and focuses, and now I have this looming part of me that's always seeking to know just a little bit more about what might be going on with these aerials and the Earth interacting. There's so many things going on, and it's so interesting and fascinating, tremendous, because there's no information about anything at all, and there's just a bunch of mansplaining and dudes that look like Stephen King telling you, oh, it's just some super complicated thing that you're not gonna be able to know about in this lifetime. But there's plenty of us that look like Stephen King that do, so go watch on Netflix. play your ball. We'll get right back to you. It's like a guy that fixes your car. Oh, it's a jam flop and sabinator. Yeah, it's a special part for Japan. It's gonna be a second before we'll be able to get you exactly specifications on further arrangements and details, baby. You know, so on and so forth. We'll go right back down at you. Oh, it seems important to my car. We'll get right back down at you. It's pretty much what we just got going on here. Needless to say that it's pretty important to know what you're gonna say actually right now, kind of. With the climate of speech these days being so critical. Anyways. Conspiracy generation machine. Going into the weeds and brush and seek of truth is walking the line. The bogs sometimes they go in and data mine, taking it serious in the way that I'm gonna look through it as a hobby. I like to do this. I enjoy it. It makes me happy. It's all very fascinating, and I feel like I'm proving self-worth to myself instead of just sitting down at the circus and eating some popcorn, figuratively speaking. I look through it as a hobby. It's all very fascinating. It gives you the feels, the vibes. But to go off on one where everyone is in on it, and maybe, okay, I've done that a lot in my younger years, and recently, like 34 years ago. Responding to a sighting is different. Because I'd have to say, I definitely went on like a spree that I've mentioned before about a year and a half, 2 years ago, where I just went on a spree telling, oh my god, everybody look at this thing. But they were like, oh my god, it is there, what the fuck? So there's that, but that's different. But should it be? Maybe we can collect data from multiple sources without it being like some like lowering of your status because you looked like clickbait victim. Yes, that's it. Is there a way to be a good conspiracy researcher without being a clickbait victim? Well, that's yet to be seen. And that's so tricky too because it's always just on the verge of being effing real. And so many things that shouldn't be real are real. And then the things that were fake become real. So then the things that were real become fake. And it's just, what a fucking show. Who knows? Satellites, objects that look like metal bowls with vacuumed air. Okay, so I was watching this video and I've seen a few different things before of like, you know, basic flying saucer. It looks like a wok with a lid. And or a frying pan with a lid. And I guess it has a air compressor inside and it creates a vacuum inside of itself, and basically it's almost as simple as it sounds. You just pump all the air out the inside and create a negative vacuum, and I'm sure it's more technical than it sounds, and maybe it's not, but I guess these things can be like anchored into the sky. There you go. Doesn't that seem like what a satellite does? This is coming to surface because people are wondering how this plane footage. Okay, so it's funny about this plane too. This is probably bog. It's definitely bog. The plane that came up flight missing Malaysia. But there was definitely some triangulation and vectoring going on and teleportation. And why they want everyone to see that is kind of interesting to me. Because they're clearly doing that to the entire country. But who knows? Don't know. I really don't know. I just like to talk about it. I think we should talk about it. And not be so critical on each other for talking about it. Because it's definitely something that's talked about. But mostly emotionally, because it's on the spot. And man. So anyways, these devices, they can be pinned on location, aka called whammy. Look it up, I guess. High altitude surveillance. So they're like balloons, but they have a propulsion device in them. And I guess they would pretty much be like a hockey puck on ice. Once you get them up there, you can pretty much slide that thing around. It has no resistance, basically. It's lighter than air. So I'm sure it's creates some type of phase shift with the anti-air. It's not just air. Air isn't just air. Oh, the air. Like, Well, what do planes fly on? Air. So what do you breathe? Air. Oh, we're getting tricky with this now. Aerostat buoyancy. Aerostat buoyancy. Didn't you know it's basically a sky buoy? It's literally what it is. Sky buoy. Didn't you know they have sky buoys? And sky buoys with propulsion devices. It's not a drone, it's a fucking sky buoy. Now, the reason they don't tell us about any of it is because it's so far past anything that we're doing. That would be a complete fucking... It would just be a complete betrayal to know. Just even know would be devastating to know how much we have been flipped behind the curtain. And with that, aerostat buoyancy devices, they use aerogel. Duh. It's foam that can have vacuum in it, so they can have an object that's anything, made of anything. That's probably what these Zeppelins were in the past, yo. Clearly they weren't just filled with helium, liquid helium, or other such things. If this is really for real, this is a game changer, big time. Aerogel. Long loiter device. There's a few names for this, okay? This is crazy. This is a game changer. Because this brings it back to man-made again. They finally found something to rope it back into explanation. So that's what I'm weary of. As a paranormal researcher also. I'm going to call this. So really, the whole spectrum for research for me is just very vast. And, I forgot what I was saying. But being a paranormal researcher, on one side, it's a game changer to know that this device could be a thing, because, that's important to know that you could have a sky buoy. Like a buoy in the sea. That buoy stays there, it's got light on it. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays there. It might go like this. Sky buoy, dude. Duh. Okay, so don't take it, though, and run with it, because I don't want to put any disinformation. That's why I say again, I don't really know, but it's good that we talk about it. And this is my December 29th notes to today. Seems like that was Saturday. Sure, I'm not really sure. I've been experiencing a lot of time distortion since I've been up here in Alaska. As well as the light cycle's different. Alright. They redirected the airport flights over this part of town today, so I'm trying not to think about what's going on in the sky, and every couple minutes, like, shakes the walls.